Welcome back. Today I'm going to make the X-Wing. I did it out of maple burl and did a couple little walnut inlays in it and Robin painted R2-D2. Let's go ahead and get started. The wood shop is sponsored by Robust Lathes, Easy Wood Tools, and Chefware Kits. I'm starting out with about a 10.5-inch piece of maple burl and it's 3x3 square. I'm using a roughing gouge just to get it true, and then I'm going to switch to a skew chisel just to kind of help give it the basic shape, but this really doesn't matter because I'm going to end up redoing the whole thing and sanding it with the DA to shape it after I lay it out. So I'm using the indexer on the lathe to do that, to do the layout work so it's even. And that just gives me reference points to when I start sanding and carving on it. And I'm going to start with just a regular woodworking chisel to get off a little bit of the material, and then I'll switch over to the DA and do the final shaping with that. It takes it down pretty quick with 100 grit. This next part is really sped up because it took me better part of a day to get it all shaped, get the inlay pieces in. So there's really not a whole lot to it other than just eyeballing it. I don't have measurements, I'm not going off any plans or anything, so I just kept looking at it. I have my laptop set up, so I'm going back and forth, looking at the picture, coming back, working on it a little bit. So it's just a lot of, adjusting back and forth on that part. And for the little inlay pieces, I did walnut. So I just cut out little pieces on the bandsaw and then brought them over and traced around them and then carved them out with a little chisel. And you can't see a whole lot of this because my giant head kept getting in the way when I leaned over the lathe to carve them out. But that's basically all I did, was just carve it out with the chisel until I got it right in there and just glued them in. I'm working on the wings now. I'm going to cut the basic shape out on the bandsaw and then use double-sided tape to stick them all together, and then that way when I sand them, they're all the same. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the tenons on the back side of them to mount inside the body, and I'm just going to do that on the bandsaw. And the reason I'm drilling a hole on the outside of the wings is to mount the cannons, and there's just not a whole lot to hold on to there, so I'm going to run a dowel through the tip of the wing into the cannon for a little more support. There we go. And I am going to make a stand for it. I'm going to do the Rebel logo again, but I just ran out of time, and I should have that done by Monday. But it was a fun build. I really enjoyed it. And I love working with maple, obviously. It's just a beautiful wood. And again, I didn't have any plans for it. All the measurements are in the video, but I just downloaded about 4 or 5 pictures so I could get some angles on it. But I just kept looking at those and worked through it. So, I don't know, really enjoyed it. I think I'm done with the Star Wars themed stuff for a little while though, so I'm gonna move on to something else. Alright, if this is your first time here, I have a new project video every Friday. I hope to see you there, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. And before I go, I want to thank my wife Robin for painting R2-D2. Thank you so much. It looks great. Take care.